Hi there. So in this video, I will be showing you how you can automate your client onboarding and how you can do this for free. That is, without needing to spend any money on any tools. If you're a business owner or you provide digital services for businesses, you know that there's a ton of tools and a lot of them cost money, and it can easily chip away at your budget over time because these tools eventually add up in costs. So this video is specifically for the owners or operators of a digital agency, for instance, or anyone who provides digital services for any type of business where you need to collect your client's information in order to begin service delivery. So who am I first? My name is Ade Robinson, and I help business owners find the best digital solutions and strategies for their business, whether that is in digital marketing, AI, or automations. So with that being said, let's begin. First thing to let you know is that I will be using two tools specifically for this demonstration. And these tools are tools that I use. These are Airtable.com and Fillout.com. So why would I use Airtable over, say, Google Sheets? Well, Airtable, if you don't know, is a visual database. It makes it easy for you to visualize the data or information that you receive from your client, and you can implement automations like email notifications on successful submissions of these onboarding forms. Also, as Airtable is a relational database, you can easily build a custom CRM around your clients, beginning with the onboarding process, and keep everything within your Airtable database. Next thing is also Airtable is free. Well, there's a paid plan, but you can just start out for free, and at the free stage, it is everything that you would need. If you start going into high usages and stuff like that, that is when require a small budget. Now, why would you choose Fillout.com over something like Typeform or even Google Forms? Well, Google Form is useful if you only need a simple form to collect some basic information. But once you get into things like setting up a logic sequence, so that if a user checks yes on a question, but you have a condition that if someone answers yes to that question, it triggers a condition for a follow-up question to get more information on the previous question, then you're not going to get something like that with Google Forms, at least not to my knowledge. Additionally, if you're collecting media, so things like videos, anything that has to be uploaded, you can't do that on Google Form. No, Typeform and Fillout allows for both these more advanced features, but for Typeform, you have to pay for these more advanced features, at least for some of those advanced features, while in Fillout Form, it's for free. Here is a basic setup of how you are going to set up your onboarding process. It's very straightforward. First, the client receives an onboarding form from you in their email. Then the client fills out that form and submits the onboarding form, and then by just clicking submit, and then the client is automatically added to your database with all the information that they placed in that fill out form. And once that is done, you receive an email of the client submission with all the relevant data. You don't even need to go on the database, you just receive all of the information, even able to just directly download some of that information from your email. With this basic overview, let me show you how to set up the first thing that you need to do, which is you need to set up Airtable. So the first thing that you need to do is that you need to go to Airtable.com. Go to Airtable.com and sign up for a free profile. If you don't have one already, it's free to sign up. And once you sign up, then you're going to go and click on create, and then create from scratch. All right, so now this is your database. You can give it a name, you can call it client management, and then onboarding, and then you're going to change the name of some of these things. So name, you basically want to keep that the same, of course. Notes, you probably want to change that to, let's say, business name, and let's make that a single line, right? Then you change this to phone number, and then change that to phone number, and then you probably want to change this to their email, and you change the type to email. What's something else that you can also do let's say service area if it's a service business, and then you can make this a single line text. Let's say if something that needs to be uploaded, let's say logo. So let's say you need the logo from the client, then you can put attachment, products and services, and let's make this a single line text. Let's add operating hours, and then also make this a single line text. And let's add something here that would probably require a condition in the form. So let's say booking link, and the booking link would be a URL, so custom field. And finally, let's add business description. So business description, and that would be a long text. And let me actually move this up to here actually. So you've created your database for the onboarding, and what we're going to do now is that there's a reason why we did this first, and you're going to see why when we go over to fillout.com. Alright, now you want to go to fillout.com, that is fillout.com, sign up for an account for free. Once you sign up for that account, then you click on make a fillout, and then blank form. I'm just going to go with plain theme and then create form. To give this a name, client onboarding. Then I'm going to click on integrations and then click on Airtable and then connect this to my Airtable account. Now the next thing to do is for me to add base, and then I'm going to scroll through until I find the client management, and then I'm going to click grant access. Then I'm going to click the client management and then the table which I created, which was table 1. So if I go back to here, that's the name here, table 1. This can also be renamed, I just forgot to do that, but so that's table 1. Then the next thing that you want to do is create a record. The reason why we're creating a record is because when someone submits their form, a new record will be created. That's what these are. These are records. Each row is a record. So that's it. Now we go back to edit. Then your first thing that you probably add on a fillout form is probably a welcome screen or welcome message. So let's create a welcome message. Start with a heading, client onboarding form. Alright, and then let me add a paragraph below that. Thank you for choosing us. So that would be like your home page. You can also add things like images, and you can design this and really spruce it up. So that's the first page. Then you add a new page, a form, another form, and you give that form a name. I'm just going to call it client information. All right, and this is where the information that we created with Airtable becomes important. Because we've integrated it, all of that now comes over here. So what we can start with is name. So we can change that to client name, and then we can add business name, and then let's see, phone number and email. Actually, let me put this over in the next form. So that would be, and let's add this a heading to this and call this client information. All right, now let's go to the next page here and add another form and call that business information. And add a heading, business information, and then we're going to place, that's when you're going to add business name, business description, products and services, operating hours. And then we're going to add another form, and then we're going to say booking details, right? And let's add a heading to this, booking details, and then we're going to add that. There we go. service area and booking details. So booking link, we're going to change this. So if you remember, we want this to be a condition. So let me do it this way. Actually, let me move this over to operating hours. All right, and then let me add the booking link, and let me change this. Okay, so I realized I made an error here. I needed to set it differently over on this side in order to make it a condition, because what I really want to do is that I want to add a yes or no and let this pop up. So if they have a booking link, then this pops up. If they don't have a booking link, this does not pop up. So what I'm going to do over here is that I'm going to add a new field. So columns are called fields, by the way. Rows are called records. Client has booking software. Let's call it booking software. And then I'm going to say put select. It's a single select, and I'm going to put the option as yes and no. I'm not going to bother to color code this. Actually, yes, I'm going to color code it. So yes is green, no is red, and I'm going to create field. And I'm going to go back over to Fillout, and then I'm going to refresh this, and then I should see that it's here. Then I just move this up here, and now I have yes and no. So what I want to do is that I don't want this to be hidden. I don't want this to be shown if the person selects no, right? So what I'll be doing is that I click on this, have a condition that this field shows when, and then I add a condition, and I select, what are we on? We're on the booking. We have that, and then no, what is that? Booking details. Let me just check here. Yeah, so when booking has that equals to yes, right? And it shows when that happens. Now let me quickly preview what that looks like. Actually, hold on. Exit preview, and then preview this page, right? So there it goes, it shows up, but if it's no, it stays hidden. Let me exit it again. Let me see what the default preview looks like. So default, it doesn't show. Yes, it shows. No, it doesn't show. So this can be useful, because let's say you have multiple conditions and you don't want your form to be super long. Then what you can do now is the ending. Actually, I'm going to add a review to this. Yeah, let's call it review. And please review your submission, so the client can go over all their details, and if they need to check anything, they just edit, right? And then that's it. That's the ending. You can add a picture here or whatever. So with that, now we can publish our form, and then we can test it out and see how it works. But before we test it out and see how it works, we want to go back to client to here, and we want to build an automation. So the automation that we want to build is that every time a record is created, which is to say whenever a form is submitted, we receive an email that we just got a new form. So what we will do here is we're going to add a trigger, and we're going to say when a record is created, and then we're going to choose the table, which was the table 1, and then we're going to test this step to make sure that it works, it checks out. Then we're going to add another logic, which is that we're going to send an email, right? And what we're going to do is that we're going to add an email address, and then we're going to add a subject, and we're going to say client has completed onboarding form, and we can put a dash, and we can add name, to it. And then we can say, please, let me fix the spelling of this. Please see the following details from, and then we put the client name of business name, the following onboarding details. Alright, and that will be the message. And then let's generate a preview. Alright, oh, preview is not going to show up properly because there's nothing in there, but we're going to turn this on. So there, and let's start with John Smith, and let's say that his phone number is 307 215 5505. Let's say his email is john.smith@reliableroofing.com. Business name is Reliable Roofing. And business description, let's say that Reliable Roofing provides roofing installation. Products and service is roofing repairs. Hours is Monday to Friday, 8 to 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Service area, Miami, Florida. Next, do they have a booking software? Yes, and let's just put booking.com. Change this, I think booking is actually bookme.com. All right, and then I'm asked to review the information and then submit. Then I can check over here and I can see that it has been added. I can delete these. So when you create, you can probably just delete these here because it just adds a new record, and there it is. Right, selected yes, booking link. All right, let me check my email, and here it is. Client has completed onboarding form. Please see the following onboarding details from John Smith of Reliable Roofing. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to put here was the link to the form. So let me go back to automation, and then let's see. All right, so it would be here. Change the spelling of this here, and then update, and then go back. Now, one thing I forgot to add here to this was any attachment. So let me go back to business information and add the logo, because I forgot to add the logo here. Let me publish this form again. So go to the client name, phone number 385, email is jeff.com. That's next. Business name, we provide products and service. I'll just leave it like that, very simple. Service area Fort Worth, and let's find a logo here. Logo, I'll use this logo. Now wait for it to upload. It's uploaded, so we go next. This time we want to say they don't have a booking link. Next, we review everything, and then we click submit, and then we look, and then we see here that their information has been provided. We can expand this actually so that you can see. So the preview is not available. All right, so it says a preview for this file type is not available, unfortunately, but for any other file type, just imagine that person just uploaded an image. That file type that was uploaded I could have put a condition in here to prevent someone from uploading a file type that wouldn't have been compatible with Airtable. But that, since we already did that, I'm just going to move forward because you already understand the process. Then I'm going to go back to my inbox, and then I'm going to see that the link has been added to it, but I didn't add it correctly. So now I'm going to have to go back to automation and find it. Oh, there it is. I had this all the way up here, so really this should be down here. Click on the plus sign, there you go. Right, so this ended up there somehow and I didn't catch that. So now if I was to go through all of that again and I get the email, this link should be down the bottom. It should say, please see the following onboarding details from Jeffrey Adams of Residential Constructions LLC, and then this link would be down here, right? And that's it. That is automating your client onboarding process. If you found this to be helpful, please feel free to leave a like and comment, and let me know what do you think. Cheers.